Hello, my name is Tanisi and welcome to my thesis, Light in You. Growing up, I always felt an effect of light on my perception and my mood, and it's something that made me very curious. So, when I was finally given the opportunity to dive deep into something and do some research for my thesis, I knew it had to be about light. So, I want to begin this presentation with this quote. Lighting is always touching things that go beyond the mind. You are never, in reality, lighting a space, you are lighting what that space means. My thesis statement highlights that the lighting of an environment can completely transform a space, and it can also be used to positively affect and enhance the mood of its visitors. The opportunity of learning this emotional cognitive impact of lighting on humans can enable us to elevate the experience of those we design for and also foster well being in the spaces that we care about. The big idea for this exhibition is to tell the story of light through an incredibly engaging theatrical branding experience. I want visitors to experience the power of lighting, what it does to us as humans, and how we can use it to enhance our lives. And this will be done using immersive theatrics and creating interactive moments. The project goals of this exhibition is to inspire visitors and to ignite passion and awareness about the importance of understanding lighting. I want to teach visitors about the significance of lighting in our daily lives and how we can use it for our well being. And I also want to shed some light on what Philips Hue is doing in the space with their innovations. I want visitors to experience a relatable, interesting, and intriguing storytelling experience where they feel like they're part of a bigger journey. My client, as I mentioned already, is Philips Hue. The reason I chose Philips Hue is because Philips' mission has always been to improve people's health and well-being through meaningful innovation. And Philips Hue does just that with smart light. Most importantly, the four main pillars of their mission are to set the mood, to immerse yourself, to feel safer, and to feel better with lighting, which felt really in line with my thesis. The audience for this exhibition primarily are professional hobbyists, those who know about the subject, and explorers, those who are curious about the subject. And the secondary include experience seekers, those who are attracted to the experience and are here for a good time, and facilitators, those who are accompanying someone. The venue for this experience was very strategically chosen. Ever since I moved to New York, my connection of light and emotions has just been peeking into people's apartment windows and seeing their lighting preferences and how they live their lives. And I knew that that was something I wanted to emulate into my design. So when I found this venue, Soho Lofts in Soho, New York City, I loved the classic cast iron facade with programmable windows and programmable lighting. Conceptualizing the content of this exhibition, I knew I was going to be about the story of light, and it had to begin with the Big Bang, when and where light came from. Light up your life is what light does to us. Experience the magic is how light does what it does. The power we hold is why light has that impact on us. And finally, the Philips Hue branded moment called Innovation and You. The interpretive approach of this exhibition is to use real performers with real emotions. The idea here is to give visitors a unique experience that makes broad concepts such as light significant and unforgettable. These performers also serve different purposes in each key content area. In some, they're in the form of choreographed dance, while in others, they act spontaneously in response to what the audience is doing. The exhibition plan looks a little like this. You enter through here and you finish the entire round and exit through here. And this whole section is used as back of house for this event. I also wanted to focus on visitor journey through emotion, since this whole project is about light and emotions. And that is something I really kept in mind while designing the flow of this exhibition. So here's the entire experience that visitors would go through during their journey. And then comes the facade. The facade turns into a really unique and exciting light show that runs through the duration of the exhibition daily at 7 p.m. The facade is accompanied with street graphics that act as placemakers as well as raise awareness about the light show taking place. Let's dive into the exhibition. The intersection is an area where visitors are eased into this experience and eased into the theatrics of it. On the left side, you can see windows with silhouettes and shadows of dancers, and these are actually the dancers that will be performing at the windows for the light show, and visitors get a glimpse of it on the inside as well. There is also a touchscreen interactive that looks a little like this, The main message here is that the power is in your hands. The intro hallway is a giant word cloud to get people thinking about light, and this serves as the perfect transition into the next key concept area, which is the Big Bang. The Big Bang is the first key concept area and the first time that visitors are introduced to the performers. The performers perform the Big Bang with compelling audio narrative about the same. And Philips Hue has some amazing lighting that syncs with audio and sound, which would be used in this section. One of the performers that embodies light would prompt the visitors to follow them into the next key concept area, which is Light Up Your Life. Light Up Your Life is the section of the exhibit that really taps into emotions and lighting. Excuse me. There's a giant glass box in the center of the room. Visitors enter the glass box and control the lighting, which controls light of the entire room. That, in turn, affects the mood of the performance that's taking place outside of the box. For example, here you can see that the lighting of the room has been turned into a mix of pink and purple, which sets a really romantic tone. The performers have split into couples and are performing a dance, which has music accompanying it as well. The graphic panel that you see here is the content graphics that go across the exhibition. There are frosted glass panels with neon details. Here's what's going on inside of the box. There are 2 touch tables. On the first one, you can drag and pick a different hue for the room. And on the second one, you can adjust the saturation and brightness of these lights. During my thesis research, I found interestingly that it wasn't just hue alone that was affecting our perception and affecting our moods. Color is a 3-dimensional concept, and it was hue along with saturation and brightness that was making these changes inside of our brain. And that is something I wanted to give visitors holistic control over. Experience the Magic is a section where visitors learn about the whys and hows, reflection, diffraction, light and shadow, and it begins with a simple shadow performance. And then visitors move on to this mirror installation by artist Stephen Knapp. Stephen Knapp makes incredible light paintings using mirror as prisms and white light, all based on the principle of refraction. Visitors relearn refraction of light using this really fun and engaging way. And finally, visitors learn all about direction and intensity of light. They learn about the significance of direction and intensity and how it can completely transform something, such as their facial features. The Power We Hold is a section where visitors finally get to apply everything that they learned. This is where they step into the shoes of a lighting designer. They are presented with 3 booths, and here the performers act as still models that they can light as well. Each booth has a different prompt and a different mood, and visitors walk up to the kiosk, play with the control panels, and create lighting scenes. The first booth is a meditation room, the second one is a dressing room, and the third one is a home office. Visitors can come up to this and create as many lighting scenes as they like. Finally, while exiting the section and right before entering the branded section, they take a quick quiz that tells them what their lighting personality is. So with the help of this pictorial quiz, visitors get one lighting personality that correlates to the 3 principles of light: ambient luminescence, focal glow, and player brilliance. Once they get assigned a lighting personality on the screen, a ticket comes out of the ticketing machine that gives them a ticket of this exact same lighting personality, which they then exchange at the Philips Hue cocktail bar for one personalized cocktail. So, for example, someone who got Play of Brilliance as their personality type would probably get a sparkling cocktail because Play of Brilliance is all about the magnificence of light and so on. There is also a massive product display that highlights all the products that were used through the production of this exhibition. It mimics the facade on the outside, creating a moment of recall for the visitors, and the Philips Hue staff helps visitors and guides them according to their lighting personality as well. They can play and test with as many products as they like, and they also have the option to self-checkout and go home with product catalogs that they can refer to later. And finally, there are 2 photo booths where visitors can enter, set the lighting according to their mood, according to whatever they like, and take pictures that could create lasting memories, as well as posting on their social media that could generate excitement and traction for this experience. And here's a closer look at what those 2 look like: the photo booth memoirs and the product catalogs that visitors go home with. I also wanted to talk about the graphic look and feel. As I mentioned, the windows play a huge part in this exhibit and serve as almost a motif throughout. The shape and silhouette has been retained, and I've used purple, teal, and orange from the Philips brand guidelines, as I thought they were a perfect blend of theatrics and play. I've also included this line work element that really adds the personal you feeling to it. The line work element also translates into this typeface autumn wind that is used as callouts or quotes throughout the exhibition. To sum it up, this is what the graphic type family looks like. You can see that there's an element of lighting in each one of these graphic types, and in some places, the line work is also translated into physical forms. And finally, for the wayfinding, there will be intriguing and interesting wayfinding panels that look like windows that would appear on the streets of New York City around the event venue. They would have motion sensors, so when someone comes up to it or tries to interact with it, the light and the tint of the glass completely changes. So you can see the world through that tint, as well as know more about the exhibition and when it is taking place. And for the facade light show, there was a model accompanying it. Thank you so much. I would love to know any feedback, comments, and questions that you have about my project, but thank you for listening. I really appreciate it.